drama et. Galaw. Sige, Dobby. Drama ka.
Hey everyone, you're watching me on Happy Capsule. My name is Tina. Welcome to our second episode of Happy English 101. Now today, I have a question for you. Have you ever experienced or heard from someone who had a valley accent, just like up and down, just like, native speakers do, or what I'm doing right now? And suddenly, there's someone who responded you like this. Girl, mga matay ratang tenan, slang kaayo ka. My gosh, girl ha, kaslang ni mo uy. Now, let me tell you, that word that you're using is actually wrong. Instead, what you're trying to say is the word twang. Now, if you're gonna ask me why, keep watching in this video to learn more. Why are you so tired?
Kaslang ba ni mo, uy? Kaslang ba ni mo, uy?
Well, I know that in the Philippines, people consider the word slang as a kind of accent or a particular intonation rather than a specific class of vocabulary. I know that this misconception is very, very rampant and somehow unchangeable. And I still remember that the last person that I've heard someone who actually used the correct word back when I was a high school student, and that's really a very, very long time ago. Gracious goodness. And according to dictionary, the word twang is actually defined as a particular intonation, like a characteristic speech of a region or a certain region or a locality or a group of people. While slang is actually a language of a particular group, or like what we call a jargon. Just like a buck, it means $1. Easy peasy, it means like very easy, and a lot more. So, to make it easier for you, slang, when we talk about slang, it has something to do with words, and twang, it has something to do with the accent.
Uy, girl! Magtuon lagi ka. Hala, nalimot ka, girl. Mag-exam di ka ugma, uy. Hala, pasirox ka, bi. Pasirox ka, bi.
I must admit that I was once a partaker of this misconception back when I was a high school student, until then when my English teacher discussed the difference between the two. That Xerox is actually a brand of a photocopying machine, just like Colgate, Pampers, Coca-Cola, and so on. While photocopy is actually a product or result of scanning a piece of paper on a copy or a printer. For example, this one is actually a true copy of my diploma. And once you scan this one, this is the result. This is what you called a photocopy. Now, always remember that a Xerox is actually a photocopier, and a photocopy is a copy of a document that is made on a photocopier. Now, commit a mistake and make a mistake is kind of tricky thing because the word commit doesn't collocate with the word mistake. Now, when we say commit, this is actually has the feeling of offense, harm or damage done. So this is actually a serious matter or a serious thing. So this is intentional. So the word commit is actually reserved with the word crime, murder, an offense. So let's say, for example, I would say I committed a crime 2 years ago, or I committed a murder 3 years ago, and so on. Now, when we say mistake, this is generally an accident. You do it without malicious purpose or intentions, so that you are not aware of, not intentional. Now, the question is, what if you did something like an intentional mistake, but not to the point of killing someone or not harming someone? Now, let's say today you make a mistake that you're not aware of. Now, the next day, you know that that was an intentional mistake, but then you do it the same thing. So that's the time you would say, I make a deliberate mistake, not I committed a mistake.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're in this form. We're in this form.
Fill in daw.
Yeah. Wi-Fi is a mess.
Thank you. Now, when we say fill up, it actually means to make full. You mean that you need to fill up a container with liquids. For example, if you have an empty bottle and you need to fill it up with water or juice or whatsoever, you can say, I need to fill up my water bottle at the coffee shop because we don't have water here in the office. Or you can say, I need to fill up my stomach because I'm very hungry, I need to fill them up with junk foods. Now, if you're gonna say, I need to fill out the form, it means that you've actually used the entire space on it or the available space and have to ask for another sheet of paper. Now, when we say fill out, it means that you need to complete the entire thing by supplying the requested form. So let's say we got a mental picture of form with blanks here to write your numbers or small bits of data, or someone will ask you a longer answers. Now that's the right timing that you're gonna say fill out the form. Now let's imagine that you are done filling out the entire form and then there's a certain part that you missed. So probably you missed or you forgot to write your telephone number. So that's the right time that you're going to say fill in, because when we say fill in, it means that you need to supply something that's missing. Another word for that as well, it could be a substitute. So for example, you would say, I need to fill in an absent colleague at work. Okay, kids, I know that you're having fun, but we have to fall in line this time, please.
Fall in line.
Fall in line, please. Thank you.
Fall in line.
Well, this one, fall in line, is a term which is not recognized in American and British English because the correct one is get into line, make a line, and line up. Because when you say fall in line is to obey someone or do what other people want you to do, especially if you don't like it. For example, teachers are expected to fall in line with the new regulations. It means that teachers are expected to follow with new regulations even if they don't like it. And make a line is literally a group of people or things arranged in a row. There you have it, guys. Hope you've learned something from this video, especially the correct word of twang instead of slang. I know that most of the people have not even heard the word twang, maybe except for those people who have taught and teach English. And, not to offend with this, but I think this is the time that we have to correct the misconception because, since we are considered as one of the best English-speaking countries in Asia. And always remember, you're not required to like it, but you're required to consider it. This is Tina from Happy Capsule. Have a good one. And one more thing, if you'd like to get a notification for when we make English lesson video, because we're actually putting up new ones these days, please do make sure to subscribe to Happy Capsule here in YouTube, and it would be honor that you guys to have to join our awesome community of Happy Capsule learners here in YouTube. And please make sure to visit us in www.happycapsule.com to learn more about us. And please don't forget to like us on Facebook page and Instagram. And don't forget to spill the good vibes. See you next time. Bye!